Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ. Time for a new Let's Play during our Super Indie Summer. This one's called Waves. And it's a really cool shooter that has a nice atmospheric and techno vibe to it. So we are gonna try it out. Something to note during our Super Indie Summer game-a-thon, if you will, is that some of these games are really... Let's get a restart, because that was just absolutely pathetic. Some of these games are short in their modes. You know, not every single one has a bunch of levels to do like World of Goo. A lot of these are shooter games that I got from Steam. So what I'll end up doing is just playing, you know, a couple episodes worth of them. I don't know how long I'll play this one, but I'd like to get through all the modes at the very least. And so, if it's a short Let's Play, that's why. It's not one that requires us to go through many levels or stages. But games like that are great too. That's something important to note, is that a game doesn't need necessarily all kinds of different levels to be captivating. Especially when it comes to shooting here, because it's all about the high score. And I am playing with the Xbox 360 gamepad from GameStop right now, and it rolls pretty smoothly. For some reason, I don't know why that is, I'm having some lag as I'm recording this. What is up with that? I don't know, the ball seems to be rolling a lot slower than it used to. I'll have to see if I could remedy that in the next episode. But this game is really cool. You take control of this little ball here, and you're on these hexagonal looking waves. I think it's really cool the way that the developer approached the style of this game. It's really interesting. It's like you're on a techno bass speaker and you're just moving around the sound. You also have the ability to slow down time too if things get really hairy and you needed a quick getaway with some slowdown time. I know that sounds like a oxymoron, but really it's not. It's what needs to go on. Sometimes you need the fast-paced shooting action to cease so you could fire at these guys. A good strategy that I recommend you guys try out is that when you have a bunch of enemies coming at you all at once, try to slow down time, direct your toggle stick, which it is the right toggle stick to shoot, left to move around this circular board. Make sure you can realign the shot and then fire. That's the other cool thing about this game, is since it's such furious, fast-paced shooting on your part, it's always auto-shot. So you're always going to be firing, you just have to be pointing to where you want to go. Actually, I shouldn't say always, but when you direct your toggle stick to what direction you want to shoot in, it will automatically shoot. You're not always firing bullets off at every side. That wouldn't be a challenge. This is an interesting shooter, that's for sure. I like the fact that there aren't so many other enemies with shooting abilities. I mean, except for these things. You know, that's a cool benefit of being a good gamer. Probably better than I am, but sticking with it as long as you can is that you get to experience different enemy types, and some are a lot harder to take down than others. And so right now I'm only competing against myself because I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if it's global leaderboards or what, but if it's not, that's a big surprise. I haven't really known any Steam game to not have leaderboards. Well, when I should respecify what I say there. Any game that has leaderboards and it's on Steam, it's usually connectable to the community. So this is a really crazy game in that you don't have enemies firing at you, but they're kamikazeing all the time. And you have to stay in the game. You have to stay with the electronic pump and beat so that you can remain for as long as possible. My one minor complaint about the game is that, see, there's a little bit of the slowdown action, giving us an extra boost for firing power that we need. That's one thing that I wish the developers would have took a little more time on or added a bit more to, are the track selections. I think there's maybe about 3 or 4 different tracks you can circle through, and they are great. You know, and it's fun pretty much every time. I end up playing this game a couple of minutes a day. That's usually how I end up playing shooters, is just to see if I could top my own high score. Oh boy. Ooh, that was a lot of yellow guys. Slow. To top my own score. But playing this consecutively can sometimes grind on your mind, because it's the same song that you just heard a couple minutes ago. So, if anything, I would say add more music to this, but since it's a computer game, since it's a Steam... Oh, come on, that was so cheap. How do you even count that as a death? That was bullshit. You put an enemy right where I spawn. That's total, like, modern cheat fest kind of spawn right there. But the good thing about it being on PC is that my media player is right on my taskbar, so all I have to do is mute the game audio, and then I've got my own soundtrack playing, which may have been intended by the developer, but I like the developer's music here. You know, techno might not be your kind of style, but I love electronic music. I've always grown up on it, and especially 8-bit chiptune mixed sounds. Oh, now these freaking squares, man, those cubes, those things are juggernauts. I've not successfully destroyed one yet. It takes so many bullets to kill. But stay out of its way, because if it is rolling towards you, there's a good chance that it's going to go into extreme cube mode. Yep, right there. Fire up and charge right at you. Oh, and these things, these light blue clustery things, are super annoying. Are a lot easier to kill than the cube. I don't know how many shots it takes to kill the cube. But those light blue clustery things that turn red when you shoot them, you have to keep a constant stream of bullets on them, so you can't be wavering around trying to hit all the surrounding enemies that you may or may not run into. You have to focus your beam of fire right on them for an extended amount of time until they disintegrate like that. Whoosh. And of course you got these green clustery things that are a pain in the butt, because they just keep on expanding outwards like annoying synthesized barnacles. Just keep on burgeoning outwards. So I like the chiptunes. I really wish that they would have done more tracks for them. But overall, really solid game. The gameplay is awesome. I love the atmospheric graphics. Those are really cool. I feel like I'm on a sound pond right now. You know, maybe not so much a speaker, because I don't know any speakers that are crystal clear like this one is. But it's cool. I'm like at the pit of some kind of awesome technicolored, technological music game. And I have a big heart-on for those things. I have a big lust for anything that is looking like you're within a game, looking like you're within a game's programming, within the circuitry. I like robotic, technological games, things like that. That's why I'm a big fan of something like Liltline. You know, maybe it's not technological, but it's dubstep. And dubstep certainly does a lot of electronic... Oh, come on. There's a lot of electronic mixing, and oftentimes with game soundtracks or from segments of shows or movies that have had great impact that I've seen. That's why I love dubstep. But another cool thing about Liltline, which is another indie game, it's not available on Steam, however. It's only on WiiWare. Oh, actually, no, that's not entirely true. It's not only on WiiWare, but also can be found on the iOS store as well. But I like it because it has a synesthetic kind of look to it. Lots of colors, lots of awesome looking shades, and that's what I thrive on. You know, I play video games. Sometimes I play them for the realism, but a lot of the times, most of the times, I like to play it for the hyper-realism. I like to see worlds and places that I could never go to in my real life. I like to enter the electronical void. Oh boy, there's another one of those squares. Cubes. Ah! You almost got us there. Thank goodness for slowdown. And not lag. That's slowdown time. Although it's still lagging while I play. This is very awkward. I don't know why it's doing this. Probably just the recorder. I've got to see if I have other applications open right now. But that's me, you know. I really dig games that are super unreal. You know, some people, they like Call of Duty, they like shooters, they like things that are realistic and, you know, kind of gray and bleak. And, you know, I love Fallout, but after a while, after playing Fallout 3, like, I almost get seriously depressed because it's just like, man, this is all so possible. I don't want to think about this right now. If there's a nuclear holocaust, what could happen? Because the thing that happened already with the Fukushima reactors is already a harbinger of that. And so it kind of depresses me to play throughout that land. But trust me, I love it. I absolutely love Fallout, and when I'm in the mood to smack around some people with a rebar club, I hop right into New Vegas, and it is a blast. But overall, I like to play games to make me happy. I like to have experiences that seem unreal and would otherwise not occur unless I was playing a video game. So that is episode 1 of Waves. I think within the next episode we should probably finish up the rest of the different modes that are in this game. So I will see you guys then.